Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. The Angels, will they stay in Anaheim or will they go? The answer to that question may be a long ways off. A lot of negotiation going on now. That negotiation, however, has ceased with the city of Anaheim, at least for now. Will they go to Tustin? Don't know. With us now, the mayor of Anaheim, Tom Tait. Welcome.
It's good to be here.
The Angels have called off talks with Anaheim, at least for now. They are in negotiations with Tustin. What does this mean to the city of Anaheim at this point?
Well, they haven't really called off talks. What they've said is there's this MOU, which is they call a memorandum of understanding, which is kind of an agreement to agree. And the Angels have said, we're going to scrap that. And actually, that's a good thing because I didn't agree with it in the first place. It's something that the city council passed. Which frankly is it's a bad deal for the taxpayers of Anaheim, who I represent. So I'm glad to see that the Angels are saying, you know what, that deal doesn't work. And I think what the Angels are saying is they're going to look at their options, which who wouldn't? They've got this out clause where there's a 30-some year lease. There's an out clause in the middle. They're looking at their options. I think that there is no better place than Anaheim to play baseball. It's the current lease they have is essentially they pay almost free rent, and it's where 3 freeways come together in the heart of Orange County. You got a big parking lot and a beautiful stadium. It's a great deal. So I don't think any place could come close to beating it.
You are a lone warrior on the city council. The other 4 members pretty much wanting to do whatever they can to keep the Angels in Anaheim, the Los Angeles Angels in Anaheim. What do you say to people who say that you're not doing enough to try to keep the Angels in town?
Well, of course, this is political season. So you'll hear people say that I want the Angels to leave. My gosh, it's nothing further from the truth. I was a junior Angel as a kid. My family's had season tickets since the stadium has been open. But I represent the people of Anaheim, and they own that 150 acres of property, which is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So I have to make sure, my job is to make sure that the people of Anaheim are protected, who own that property. There's a big win-win in here. We could joint venture with the Angels, we could do all sorts of things with that property jointly developed, but just to give it for $1 a year away for 66 years or more, it makes no sense.
There are a lot of details that are really difficult for people to follow when people have their lives. A lot of details, though, as far as what the Angels would get in this negotiation. And some people say the memorandum of understanding was giving them too much. Now, at this point, does this mean you get to go back to ground zero and create a new memorandum of understanding? And if you do, who's in on this meeting? How do you ever get to a consensus of what that's going to look like?
Well, now's a chance to go back to clean slate. And we have this piece of property, and we have a great team and great ownership. And there are ways to joint venture on development where the city puts up the land, maybe the Angels or maybe with another entity develop it. We could have something, you could have something like an LA Live there, and create a ton of revenue for the people of Anaheim, who, frankly, the people need the money. The city needs the money. We could use those proceeds to do a lot of great things in Anaheim. We have a lot of kids who need a lot of help. We need parks, things like that, library hours, all sorts of things that we could use that money for.
Okay, so the negotiations continue, can go on for a while.
They can go on for a while.
3 years, another 3 years?
Yes. And if nothing happens, if that lease, they stay here till 2029.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Anaheim Mayor Tom Tait, for being here. Glad you could join us. I'm Leslie Leyton.